Hello, welcome to the MFC Show. I'm Matt Swarmstead, here with Cameron Winfrey and Sammy Foley. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's get started. So first, we are going to talk about who the Cardinals should take with the number one pick in this year's upcoming NFL draft. There's two names floating around right now, and that is Nick Bosa and Kyler Murray. And I guess I'll get started. I think, truthfully, they should and they will take Kyler Murray. And the only reason for it is because Kingsbury's head coach. If he wasn't the head coach, I wouldn't be taking Murray, but I think he fits his system. And I think he's going to work out well for him, and I do believe they will pick him.
I don't know. I think that they should go with Nick Bosa. I think he's the better player. I think he's pretty much a near complete prospect, and his play shows. 17 and a half sacks this past year before he got hurt.
They're probably gonna mostly go with Kyler Murray despite anything, because from what it looks like, it doesn't matter. It looks like they might just ship Josh Rosen out of town and then just go on with Kyler Murray, because everything's just been leading towards them like going for Kyler Murray. And I don't think whether a team will try to trade up for the first pick. I don't think they're gonna give him the first pick because they know there's a possibility that team might take Kyler Murray. So,
I mean, a big thing about Murray, a lot of people think he is very athletic, but 95% of his throws this year were from inside the pocket. So I mean, he can still throw from inside the pocket. He played with very big linemen in Oklahoma, so that's not gonna be a problem in the NFL for him. And I think it's gonna be perfect for Kingsbury and him to. And like I said, they can get a lot for Rosen in return. I assume at least a couple. At least you get a second rounder, maybe a fourth and a fifth, something like that. So.
And plus, you look at the division as a whole. The only real team that could probably give him real fits is the LA Rams. All the other teams, they have okay defenses. Seattle, it's not what it used to be. San Francisco, they had to have some few additions this offseason, but really.
We still go see how Jimmy G does as a full season. He has a full season.
But San Fran's defense, they look like they could be something this year. They're signing with D Ford and Kwan Alexander. They already had
Sherman.
Yeah, Sherman and DeForest Buckner. That's who I was trying to think of. Yeah, they have DeForest Buckner, and they have the two, right? So they could go Quinnen Williams, and that would be a dangerous front.
Yeah, I mean, I also think a lot of people are skeptical about Kingsbury's offense working in the NFL, and I think he'll be fine truthfully working in the NFL. I feel like it's not going to be as much of a Chip Kelly offense. It's going to be a lot more pro style. I think there's just going to be a lot of designed quarterback option, like RPOs, read options, just maybe you even add like a little bit of triple option in the shotgun. It's gonna be fun to watch. I think though.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, if they draft Murray, he would definitely work well in that offense, and I think that they could do some good things. I just think that Bosa is the better player, and will be better in the long run.
All right. The next topic we're gonna just discuss MLB the opening week. It's here, and there's a lot of stuff to get to. So first, I mean, I'm gonna start with my Boston Red Sox. I mean, God, I'm disappointed. They just lost to the A's earlier today. I believe now they're 2-5, I think, something like that. And it's upsetting. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they're not very good.
I mean,
I wouldn't say unfortunately.
Like I said, MLB.
Unfortunately,
there's a very long season in the MLB, but it's tough watching. What do you guys want to get into?
Well, I mean, the Yankees, they look great today. Glaber really put the team on his back, got them the win. Paxton looked all right. He looked great in his first start, so I'm not too worried. Plus, they have 9 people on the IL, so that is all of them: Stanton, Hicks, Didi, CeCe, Betances, Severino. So all key contributors to the Yankees' success. So I'm not too worried about them. I think they have a very talented team, and Andujar going down for the years. That's tough for him.
Oh, he's going down for the year.
Possibly. If he might have to have surgery because of torn labrum.
Excuse me, the Red Sox are also they're 2-6, by the way.
Oh,
We in both the series we've been one against the Mariners and then the A's. We were 1-3. We lost 7-3 today, and it frustrates me. I don't know what's going on. Some games we have sale pitch the other night. We lose 1-0. I mean, we gotta be able to score runs.
well, I think your bullpen doesn't help either.
No, not at all.
I can understand with your frustration because with the Angels we just can't hit. 2 days ago, we lost to the Mariners. We were up 1-0, but we blew a run. And then after that, a late inning home run by the Mariners made us lose by 1 because we couldn't hit the ball. And it's still, and despite anything, I know there's other teams that are struggling, like, say, the Chicago Cubs. They're also a team that's struggling. What are other teams that, but really opening week as a whole, it's just out there, and some teams might fall and cool down for a bit, like, say, for the Mets. They're doing obviously good. Eventually, they'll probably cool down when all the teams that are supposed to be really good, or when they play those really good teams, actually just...
Well, much like Matt said, it's a long season.
Yeah, I mean, the Red Sox...
So a lot could still happen.
Yeah.
Red Sox have given up second most in the league, 52 runs. I mean, Diamondbacks give 54. Red Sox have given up 52 with a negative 19 differential. I mean, sitting 2-6. We've also scored the most runs in our division with 33. I mean, we're what? 4th in the AL, 1 behind Texas. I mean, so we're putting runs on the board. It's just we're giving up so many runs, and like it's just surprising.
It's just a long season.
What?
They'll probably part in the schedule. They'll get hot, and that can go for all the teams we are favoring. Eventually, they'll get hot onto a point where they'll start scoring even more runs, and that's when the pitching can do its job.
I mean,
You can get W's.
Another thing I want to talk about is Bryce Harper returning to Washington. I mean, I thought that was
electric when he went out.
He did that. I mean, the fans leaving. That was. I mean, what do you guys think of that? Do you like?
They just shut down Washington. I don't know. I think they should move back to Montreal and become the Expos once again.
I mean, yeah, Washington's
sitting here
3-3, and Philadelphia's sitting here 4-1. I mean, Philadelphia, they're looking good. I mean, I think what Bryce Harper did, he made his own decision to move on, and he gave Washington everything he had. So I mean, it's his own. What he felt was right.
Yeah, no, he definitely did what was best for him in his career by moving to Philly. And Philly's going to be tough this year because they made a couple of additions that will really bolster their team.
Yeah.
Like McCutcheon's a great pickup.
Oh, he is. He's a really very underrated pickup.
Yeah, I think he just did what was best for him in his career. He feels like he can win a championship with the Phillies other than the Nationals. And that's where I just stand. That's his decision. I think he's content and happy where he wants to be, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's. I feel like
Philly
fans love him. Philly fans, they love him.
He's going a little overboard.
Oh, yeah,
everything he wears, everything he posts, it's all Philly. It's like, come on, man. Like, we get it. You love Philly.
I will say when it was the first home game for Philadelphia and he walked out and he did the little bow, I thought it was a little bit too much because I'm like, okay, you're here. Let's see what you can do. And then his first game, he struck out like 2 times, and they were booing him.
That's ridiculous to strike out 2 times and get booed. That happens almost every game.
I mean, yeah. So it's just
fan takes.
That's how certain fan bases are.
Yeah, Philly is definitely like that. They did boo Santa Claus.
Well, Philly's crazy.
So, moving on, we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to go into the AAF suspending operations. That sucks for me. My guy Johnny, I really thought he was going to help him out. The big thing here that I want to point out is when Charlie Ebersol and Bill Polian, this is from sources, when they founded the league, and it came up with this idea. The whole idea was to establish the league for a year or two, and then when the 2020 NFL CBA came, they were going to talk to the NFL about allowing practice squad players to be in the AAF, and that would help really bolster the league. And then when I think it was Tom Dundon came in, he reportedly was putting down $250 million, and I guess he only put down $70 million towards the league. And the plan when he came aboard was to get the finish the season out. There's only 2 weeks left, and then there's playoffs. And then after the 2 weeks after that, they were gonna pay off all the find a way to pay off all the whatever they had to pay off, like their funds and stuff. So, and then Dundon just shut down. And Ebersol and Polian, they gave him a lot of power when he said he was going to invest $250 million. So I mean, it sucks because I really thought it was going to help. This is just not for my guy Johnny, just for a lot of players. There's been 2 AAF players signed today.
Yeah, the cornerback from Orlando. Right?
Yeah, and there was a receiver from Arizona. So I thought that's really cool. But it sucks.
It does really suck. It's a great opportunity for a lot of people.
It was pretty good talent-wise, too. I mean, and it was, like I said, I watched quite a few games. It was entertaining. It was football. It was just great to have football, without football.
Yeah.
We'll say my Apollos, first and only champions, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Spurrier, I mean, it's a chance for these coaches because I feel like these coaches are older coaches that don't really want to get back into the NFL, so they're coaches that want to just help out and.
Well, I would say really being not as a competitive environment as say college football or the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. It's more of a developmental league, like they were trying to make it.
It would have been that would have been perfect if they had made it like a feeder for guys who went undrafted or didn't get picked up for practice squads.
The thing is, it's tough to incorporate practice squad players. This is their only time off.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be a practice squad player decision. Like a guy like Danny Etling, I think would be cool to be in this league.
But if they made the decision that they wanted to play more football, I feel that should be available to them.
The thing I like what Ebersol and Pulling were gonna do. They were gonna wait till the 2020 NFL CBA came up, the new one. After the league was established 1 or 2 years, have an established league and then bring it up. And hopefully by then the NFL would really buy in. A lot of players in the NFL and coaches were really buying into this, and they thought it was gonna keep going. And I just feel like I don't know why. I'm not a business man, so I don't know, but I just don't know why they couldn't go for 2 more weeks and then the playoffs for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I definitely think it would have been. Yeah. It was a great idea.
I guess they were kicking players out of the hotel, not playing fights back. It was getting really nasty, I guess. Yeah. Huh. So, but that's just. It's sad, but XFL is going on next year, so maybe we get something.
I think that is a bad sign for the XFL that the AAF just had to fold up shop.
Well, another source said that the XFL has already paid off all of its expenses for the first 2 years. First 2 years.
Plus, with all the money WWE's racking up as a whole, getting all these events, because I know one of their events in Saudi Arabia, it's a crazy money event that they're paying them to go there. So they've basically invested with all that stuff, and really, WWE watching them, they don't really put a lot of good a lot of, especially for their other pay-per-views, they don't put a lot of work into their stages. They look like the general Raw and SmackDowns of their shows, except for WrestleMania that they go all out and put on a unique stage design. So technically, the only reason why the XFL get those paid off is because all the money they racked in from all the wrestling events.
Yeah, I feel like it just can't be a competition to the NFL. You can't.
Well, the NFL's going to blow anything out of the water. So I don't think anything will be a competition.
I would say.
I feel like it's going to be. They were saying it's going to be the same season. I'm pretty sure it was saying.
Oh, really? I think that's a terrible decision.
That's what I'm not.
Yeah, that's
100% sure, but that's what I thought I've been hearing. So
I would just say for the XFL, just do your own thing. Don't worry about the NFL. Do your own thing, and who knows, you might attract some viewers. It also depends whenever they play. They could play, say, maybe Friday night. Well, they probably can't play Friday night because one of their shows, SmackDown, will be moving to Friday nights in the fall. So depends really where they put it.
I will say, Eminem had a great idea for the AAF.
Yeah, with the fights.
That they should have allowed fighting. And that would have brought in a lot more viewers.
The viewership wasn't the problem, though, I don't believe. They had a lot of viewers constantly, so it wasn't like...
Yeah, well, it's a great time because right after the football season ends, you're like, wow, what am I? What is this?
And they had it right there, right as it ended that next weekend, so, it just...
That was a great marketing decision.
I also think another reason why is, like you said, with the XFL possibly playing around the whole NFL season is some of those XFL teams are actually in East Coast states that it's cold and they probably don't want the players playing in cold weather. So.
Yeah. So yeah, you never know.
I feel like the XFL would want to be like prime time in summer. I feel like
That could
especially with
probably
Vince
be a thing.
McMahon.
Maybe. Right. Coming off the wheels of WrestleMania, it could be a thing that they could do in the summertime. It's warm.
Yeah.
There's no football on, and really they'd start before NFL preseason.
Yeah. So moving on to a more sad note on my part at least. Rob Gronkowski. I'm gonna put quotations marks around this. Retired. All right. His agent said that this was not from Gronk's lips. This was just his agent's lips. That if Tom Brady calls Gronk and says, "Hey Gronk, I need you," at the end of the year, he wouldn't be surprised if Gronk showed back up. So I mean that's good news for me. But just looking at Gronk's career stats, he played 115 games, had 521 receptions, 7,861 yards. He had 68.4 yards per game and 79 TDs. I mean, that's to me, first ballot Hall of Famer.
The dude's a monster.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
The only argument against him being a Hall of Famer would be the same one that was against Terrell Davis, is that he didn't play long enough. But I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's one of the most unstoppable players to ever play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was unguardable. And it is sad to see him go because he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he was a goofball. He was fun.
Yeah.
I heard he was fun to be around.
Oh, he looked like a hoot.
They said like he was always a positive guy and like Gronk just loved life and like he's a guy you want to see around the locker room and it sucks and I feel like a lot of injuries really just made his career end earlier than he.
Yeah, that sucks.
Especially at the early part of his career because
it
took him a lot just to get on the field again because there was that whole one issue, I forgot if it was his arm or his back, where he almost had to cut his career short back then.
Yeah, he had terrible back injuries and he did have a terrible arm injury.
And
why wore that gigantic brace?
My only thing is, if he does come back, I just see it as a desperate thing. That's my personal
desperate.
belief.
I think if Brady calls him,
it's
like,
not desperate.
Gronk,
it's
I need
smart.
you. Gronk's gonna come back. I think there's
but I don't think it's desperate on Brady's part either. I don't think it's a desperate.
It could be a desperation.
I just say.
I doubt it will be because it's the Patriots.
I
but
personally believe it'd be a desperate move because if you won a Super Bowl without him at one part,
we won more than one without him.
Why can't you do it again? I'm just saying.
We can, but it would just be a smarter move to.
It's just easier to have Gronk to throw to.
I mean, wouldn't it be? Isn't that a smart move? That's like saying like, okay, would you, as a Bears fan, would you rather not have Trey Burton or would you rather have him? You'd probably rather have him. It's just a smart move on our part. It's not desperate. It's just very smart and strategical. So now Gronk doesn't take the beating all year. You can come back, play like week 16 and 17, which we already have a first round bye locked up. Get used to it a little bit, and then play playoffs.
I'm talking about Bears tight ends that I would like to have back. I'd like to have Greg Olsen back.
So I'm saying, Greg Olsen, if you guys had a chance to have him back and coming back, wouldn't you want him back?
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be a smart move. That's not. So would that be desperate to you then?
No, I wouldn't.
How?
The difference is this.
How? He's gone and you want him back.
We need to win. You guys have already proven to win.
So yeah, we need to win. We want every team.
I mean, even every team
win.
they go into the season going, we want to win.
Just because we have
unless you're the Giants.
I'm gonna get to them later. But we'll move on from that. I'm not gonna get into that. So next, the MVP debate: Harden or Giannis. So I'll go into my pick first. I'm going Harden. I don't care if Giannis has his team first. Harden's averaging 36.3 points a game, 6.5 boards, 7.5 assists to Giannis's 27.4 points per game, 12.5 rebounds per game, and 5.9 assists per game. And Trevor Bauer right now, breaking news, is throwing a no-hitter through 6 innings right now.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going Harden. Like I said, I don't care if his team is, like I said, what are they in 4th right now? Harden's team.
I think they're 4th.
Yeah, 4th.
Yeah. So right now, like I said, Giannis is playing in the Eastern Conference. He has his Bucks at 58-20 in the first seed, and right now the Rockets are in the 3rd seed at 51-28. So I mean, records aren't.
It's Harden.
I mean, they are different, but like I said, if you put them in the West Coast, I feel like the Bucks would not be where the Rockets are at this stage. And
I think it's unfortunate because LeBron should have been MVP last year over Harden. But Harden should 100% be MVP this year. He's had, 9 50-point games?
he's
like
just
two
unstoppable.
60-point? Yeah, exactly. He's
I watch him
unstoppable
play,
on
and it's
offense.
just I can't. I just look. I sit there and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get how
That
he does
step
it.
back move he has, unguardable.
It is. It's unguardable, and it's.
I've seen one person block it this year, and it was Ben Simmons. The only one.
No, there was somebody else. I think Tyus Jones blocked one of these.
Oh,
Maybe
I don't
Jones
know.
did, but he, like I said,
That's
he
the only
just.
time I saw it.
I mean, like I said, he has Chris Paul, but.
Giannis is awesome, and he's going to be a fantastic player for a long time. And he's probably going to have plenty more seasons where he deserves to win MVP.
Yeah.
But it's definitely hard.
I still have to think about it, but I guess I'll go Harden too. I know yesterday night I watched the Clippers play the Rockets, and they completely demolished them. What is it? And mostly it had to do with just Harden drawing so much attention, basically, and really doing nothing to stop. You really can't stop him one-on-one. When you think
Oh, you can't. No, 100%.
you force him into a bad shot, he usually just makes it sometimes.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, you can't force him to do a bad shot, and I think he's unstoppable, and I do see them causing a serious problem in the playoffs for whoever they play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they could be the team to dethrone the Warriors this year.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
Well,
I really
them
do.
last year.
I'm telling you, I think the Warriors. There's just some tension in the locker room
But-
with Durant.
I will
I feel
just say-
like it's
the
It
just-
is the playoffs, and CP3 is probably going to get hurt.
I don't. I'm banking on him not getting hurt. I'm just saying if everyone's healthy, but also DeMarcus Cousins coming into himself again.
Yeah.
And then the only
Yeah, that's
difference
not gonna be good for
the only
teams.
difference this time will be Golden State will have the home field advantage this go round if they eventually meet in the Western
They will have home court advantage.
Yeah.
You're
Conference
right.
Finals.
Yeah. So that it's gonna be a good final stretch coming up. Like I said, they have games till Sunday. They have Monday off, and then they have games Tuesday and Wednesday. Then they're done. And like I said, the NHL season's coming to an end. This Saturday's the last game. So
Lightning.
it's gonna be exciting.
Best
Yeah.
team.
Lightning Bruins Saturday. That'll be fun to watch. But next, LeBron James is sitting out the rest of the year. So this year he played 55 games. He averaged 27.4 points per game, 51 field goal percentage, 8.5 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and his lowest ever 35.2 minutes played. So truthfully, that's not that low, but it's low for LeBron. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't see. I get he's hurt. I guess I don't. I guess I see the point if he's really that hurt, serious. But
Well, supposedly the groin injury should have kept him out for 6 months.
I don't
but
see that
who
being true.
knows?
So I don't see that being true.
Kind of like
one bit.
how it came out that he broke his hand in the finals last year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not a LeBron fan, so I'm going to be biased here, but I still. He's great. Okay, LeBron's a great player. I'd say top 3. I don't even. Definitely maybe 2. But I'm not putting him above Michael 100%. But
What?
I just don't see it work. I see Magic had a vision, and LeBron posted a thing today. It was on ESPN. There's a story about LeBron saying how this offseason's huge for himself. So I mean,
Yeah, he wants to get healthy and get right.
but I feel like again him being selfish, talking about himself. I'm saying, I feel like they're gonna want to get another superstar, and they're gonna get a guy like Butler, pay too much for him. It's not gonna work out, and LeBron's gonna be gone. And LeBron, I feel like he's gonna. I think he's causing turmoil in the locker room. and just-
They have to get somebody.
I don't think they will get Butler in free agency. I really believe that the 76ers will probably re-sign Butler and Harris. I don't know to how much, but I say they'll re-sign them. Honestly, as a Clipper fan, I don't want the Lakers to get nobody. I want them to have the same core that they have been having. If they get AD when his contract is finally up after the next season, that's fine by me. Honestly, my whole thing with the LeBron thing is this. He didn't have to go to LA. He could have went to Philadelphia, and I guarantee you he'd be in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he put himself in this position, and I feel like he anticipated himself.
He definitely
Playing a lot better.
anticipated someone else coming to join him too.
Yeah, and with that, I feel like
When it's
he planned on at least being like a 5 seed. I mean, truthfully, even as a beginning of this year, I saw Lakers. I was like,
well, they were good at the start of the year before LeBron went down.
I was saying, like when they got LeBron in the summer last year, I was saying in my head, like out loud, I was saying, no way they're in the playoffs. But in my head, I was like, they're gonna be at least a 4, 5 seed.
I mean that core team is way better than the Cavs team he took to the finals. Granted, it's in the Western Conference.
I don't know. That's true. I feel like who do you
I
know
think the Cavs.
You think the Cavs team was better?
Yeah, I personally believe it was better.
Well, yeah.
Kevin Love.
Yes, I believe the Cavs team was better. No, I believe the Lakers team was better.
Yeah.
I'm saying the Lakers team was better.
I think.
Who do you have on the Cavs team?
Huh?
He had no one on that Cavs team. They were trash.
George Hill.
Look at them now. Trash. They are trash
I'm just
now.
saying, I think the Cavs team last year was.
Yeah, they got the draft pick because of the Nets pick to Kyrie. The Kyrie trade. That's why they got the pick, and I think Kyrie is way better than Colin Sexton.
Oh, yeah.
So,
obviously.
I mean, it's just, I just don't feel like if it's that bad of an injury, I get it, but I just don't believe it's that serious, truthfully.
Yeah, I mean, so there's always the chance that it's just a cover and he just wants to get time off. But I think his age might finally be catching up to him, possibly. So, sitting out the rest of the year when your team's not very good isn't that bad. Plus, a young team, so that gives him more experience.
Plus, then again, I don't know if they're filming for his movie, so maybe that's another reason why they don't want him to get hurt in preparation for his movie. So that could be another reason why.
That's not.
I don't know if that's yeah. Maybe he's recording another album with 2 Chainz.
No, Jesus, here we go. So we're gonna move on to the final 4. We have the number 5 Auburn Tigers taking on the number 1 Virginia Cavaliers, and the number 3 seed Texas Tech is the Red Raiders and the Michigan State Spartans. So let's talk about the first game. Auburn versus Virginia. I'm going to tell you right now, Auburn's winning this game.
I think,
I'm 100% certain Auburn's winning this game. They went through. Okay, so they played New Mexico State first game, who I believe was 30-4.
Mm-hmm.
Great, and they won by 1. Okay, then Auburn played Kansas, national powerhouse, beat them.
Crush them.
Then they played UNC, national powerhouse, beat them. Then they played Kentucky, national powerhouse, beat them. Now they have Virginia. Okay, I get it. Everyone's saying maybe this is Virginia's year. I'm not a big Virginia guy.
The Kyle guy is really good.
I mean, Virginia, they beat Gardner-Webb, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Purdue's pretty good. Oregon's all right, I guess. But Virginia's had a pretty.
Purdue didn't really have anyone other than Carson Edwards.
Yeah, I just feel like Purdue's a strong team.
They were a good team, but
Edwards
had 48 in that game, 42, I think, something like that.
But I'm not big on Virginia. I'm not a big Virginia guy, so
I agree.
And Auburn they can shoot.
They shoot the ball so. And
I
mean, they have the saying, live by the 3, die by the 3.
Yeah.
But they don't die by the 3. Because if Harper's not making it, Brown and the other guy is.
They have multiple everyone. They have at least 4 guys on the court.
It does suck that they lost Okiki though. That's a big loss for them.
But I think they just put so many points, and they're just gonna outrun and just outgun Virginia, and I just feel like it's just too much for Virginia to handle. It really could be too much for Virginia to handle.
Virginia likes to play a slower pace of basketball, bring it up the court, get in your offensive set.
Auburn's going to be up, running, gunning, passing up, shooting the ball. Like, they like to shoot. And
playing full court press defense.
Another big thing. And
Bruce Pearl sweating on the sideline.
So it's going to be exciting to watch. I'm excited to watch that game. So the next one, like I said, Texas Tech, Michigan State. This is going to be a great game.
Yep.
I feel like the Auburn-Virginia isn't really an upset pick, but I feel like this is more of an upset pick, picking Texas Tech over Michigan State.
Yeah.
Texas Tech's had a tough road. Okay,
they played a lot of great teams.
But they played Buffalo, who was great this year.
Mm-hmm.
Then they beat Michigan.
Awesome.
Then they beat Gonzaga.
Yes.
Okay, so, I mean, Texas Tech.
They're a very good
Michigan
team.
State did beat Duke, but they beat, so they beat LSU, who I said, I wasn't big on. Then they beat Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And
Minnesota
they barely beat Bradley, I'm pretty sure. Or at least it was close for a little bit earlier in the game. But I think my finals pick is going to be Auburn over Texas Tech in a very, 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 very high-scoring game.
Yeah, they play similar style.
That could be in triple digits, too, truthfully, maybe into an overtime triple-digit game.
I could see that.
But I just feel like Auburn, Texas Tech in the finals, and not just because I want to see it. I think it's going
to be Michigan State Auburn.
That's the thing.
Izzo's such a great coach, and Michigan State just plays as a team. They all complement each other very well.
They do. They Michigan State does play well.
And they get number 5 wide open looks.
But Texas Tech is a team like Auburn who is up in your face defense, playing. They like to shoot the 3 ball.
Yeah.
Just playing up in your face defense and just depth is a big thing.
They're a fantastic team.
They have depth, and that's the big thing with Auburn too. I mean, Michigan State and Virginia, don't get me wrong, they do have depth, but I feel like for Texas Tech and Auburn, with the styles they play, depth is so pivotal, and they have the right players to fit their system on the bench, and I feel like it works out for them.
Mm-hmm.
So the last topic of the day: will the New York Football Giants draft a quarterback this year in the first round? I mean, we'll go any round. Will they draft their quarterback in any round? I say no.
Yeah.
I say no.
They
should 100% at 6 draft Haskins if they have the opportunity.
I'm not high on Haskins, honestly.
I feel like
I watched a couple of Ohio State games, and he missed a lot of big-time throws. Granted, he had 50 touchdowns and 4,000 yards, which was an amazing season. But I think he's a little overrated.
So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no in the first round, but yes, somewhere in the draft, I guess they might get the guy like a Ryan Finley from NC State.
I could see that, yeah, definitely.
But I don't see them getting a quarterback. Maybe not even in the second round, like a.
See, I could see them going
Daniel Jones, but
top pass rusher at 6, and then 17 maybe like Drew Lock or Daniel.
Lock is linked to Denver, I guess.
Yeah,
Lock, and I guess Miami might be getting Haskins at the point of, so they might have to go with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I saw the Giants are high on Daniel Jones too.
So I heard a lot of.
They say he's like the most pro ready.
I'm a big Lock guy, so.
I think they'll take a quarterback late in the rounds, but I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't, because apparently they sound like Eli's their guy for the next 2 years.
And then
they did give Gettleman did give Eli. I don't know what he's doing, but he did give Eli a bonus.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
How do you let Landon Collins walk in free agency?
The same exact reason why
you sign Odell to a big year, say you're not going to trade him, then trade him a year after the contract.
I think,
and then give a bonus to Eli.
I think with the Landon Collins, they probably didn't want to pay him to the outrageous money the Redskins paid him.
That's fine.
I don't know why they still traded Odell, but the way they're talking, they look, to me, from a distance, they might take a quarterback, but to me, it looks like at the end of the day, I wouldn't be shocked that they don't take a quarterback in the draft, because they're going to be like, okay, we just got our backup. Eli's our dude.
Yeah, I mean,
they can win with Eli. If they had a good team around them, but
maybe,
they don't.
I don't see that being.
But they don't have a good O-line. Golden Tate's good, but the receiving core is not great, and the defense is atrocious.
I'm just not big on Eli, truthfully. I don't think he can. I just think he was very good in his day, but I just feel like he is just
passing by.
Yeah, he had his better days. Definitely had his better days, and I feel like I don't know what. Maybe they didn't want it, but like a guy like Bridgewater, why wouldn't you have gone after a guy like him to come in and like Fitzpatrick? He's going to Miami.
Like a bridge quarterback.
Just something, and like I said, I guess RG3 said he was supposed to be the Jaguars quarterback, but he didn't want to be a bridge quarterback or something like that. After they signed Foles, he was going to be a bridge quarterback for Miami. But why wouldn't you offer someone like RG3? Say, hey, want to come in for if you're that big on drafting Tua, and next year maybe Lawrence the year after, say RG3, we want you to be here, and then groom a quarterback like you like. Not just he has experience RG3 in playoffs, but I think he's gonna be great for Lamar. RG3, truthfully.
Yeah, I think he is great for Lamar.
I feel like that's a great fit for both of them and the whole organization as a whole. You know, you can go right from Lamar to RG3.
Yeah,
You know, Lamar's
the
gonna take some
system-
hits.
the
Lamar's gonna
system's
take some
both
hits.
Great for them.
So let's take them hits. So, but so that's it. So one thing, Cameron here has a show, and his username is what?
Camfrey15.
Camfrey15. CAMFREY 15. He's doing his an Angel podcast. Or
Basically,
show.
my channel will just cover Angel games if you're interested to see my thoughts about my team, the Angels. Going into next year, I didn't start it because the season's already been going on for the Clippers. I'll do some reviews for their games, and then I'll definitely be doing Chicago Bears reviews. I also might do some movie reviews and TV show reviews of shows and movies that I see and I'm into. But other than that, if you want to check out the channel, check out the channel.
Check it out.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Thank you. We'll see you back here next week.